Welcome back, YouTube fans. So today we are putting in a gate. So we've got a 16-foot gate that we are putting in, and now we're going to set some poles. So we got 3 poles we're going to put in. This one that we're putting in right now is the main post, and that's the one that's going to hold up the hinge side of the gate. And then we got 2 more poles, one on the other side of the new trail there, and then the other one is just going to be a hold gate for when it's open. So that's what we are going to do today, is this project here. So we already blew a hole through the woods, and we got the road made and everything. So now pretty much he wants to put a gate up so that way stops people from getting in. So yeah, why not? Why would you not want to do that? So all right, so that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to get this gate put in. Well, there, we got that post put in and packed in really well. It works really good using the handle of the shovel there to pack all that stuff in. So now we got a drill. And what I do here is I just get my hole started. I figure out exactly where I want it to go first. But then I just get it started there. And then once I get it started, then I use the level and I make sure it's level. So obviously I can see from the camera that I'm off. So I'm going to back it up a little bit and then put the level on it. And now I can get it level, because it's very important to have that level going straight through your board. So that way your hardware there is not off. It's not tilted to the bottom or tilted up or tilted down or sideways or anything like that. It's just straight across. So you want to make sure you do a good job of making sure that it goes straight across. And if you got to use the level a couple different times, go for it. But I get the hole started, and then I'll start drilling a couple times, and then I'll use, if you see there, I use the level there a couple different times, and then you can just pop your hole right through. And then I usually just ream it out a couple times, because the hardware is, when it goes in there, it's a little, snug. So I'll just ream it up just a little bit so it fits in a little bit nicer. And then you put that one side in there, put your washers on, then put your nuts on there, you kind of tighten them up there. It's got quite a bit of rod sticking out, but that's okay, because that'll be quite a bit for you to use if you need to adjust it. And then I'll tighten the one side just a little bit there. And then I'll spin around and I'll tighten the other here. So when you're tightening this one, if it spins and you can't get it to stop spinning and you can't hold it with your hand, just use another wrench. Throw another wrench on just like I got there, and then you can kind of tighten it up. And you don't need to over tighten it, just get it snug. That's all you need to do for right now. You can tighten it up a little bit later. And then you just go ahead and repeat the same steps for the top one there. But a couple differences is make sure your hardware is pointing down, and then you just unclamp it from the gate itself and just lift the hinge up into your hardware there. And then make sure you're straight in the board. And then you got plenty of threads there to adjust it to lift your gate up or down. And then this is what it will look like when you get it all put in. So, all right, we got that one done. So let's go ahead and start on the next one. Well, all right, we get this one in here, and that would be looking pretty good. And this one is not as important as the other one because the other one holds most of the weight, but we still want to make sure that it's nice and plumb, straight up and down, and packed in real good so that way it doesn't move around as much. So we're going to add a little bit more concrete here and pack her in there, and then just cover it with dirt there. So we'll get her packed in pretty good. And then that should be good. That should be nice and plumb and straight up and down. So yeah, that'll work good. All right, the next thing we're doing here is we are going to add a little block for this to set on. So I'm getting it measured up. Then once I get her measured up, then we're going to cut her here. Oh yeah, that worked good. Cut right through there. So, and then we'll get her put in place. And then after I get her put in place, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to screw that block right to the post. So I'll do a pilot drill first because the screws I got are not quite as long. So we're going to have to drill a pilot hole and then go in about halfway. So, all right, and then we'll just screw it right to that post. And we'll put 2 screws in. We'll put one there and the top there. And then we're going to put another one right at the bottom here. And then that should secure it pretty good. And then we'll just pack around it with some dirt and that'll be pretty good. Now that is a treated board. It's an older board, so it probably doesn't look like it. But it was an older board I had. And it was treated, so it should be just fine. It should last a long time. And then obviously the post is treated, so that'll be good. So, and then once we get that done, then that'll be all done. Yeah, that don't look too bad at all. That'll work just fine. And then we're going to test it out here. Yep, perfect. Put the gate on there and it looks good. Yeah, that works out pretty good. All right, now we'll go ahead and get to this next one. Get this one done and then we can call her a day. it is all done. So we got all 3 posts put in the ground. This one over here is just to hold it. And then something extra we did, if you look here at the bottom, we put a block at the bottom just to rest the gate on when it's open. So if you look over here, this one has a block on it too, and it just rests on there. So the gate will hold itself up by itself. So if we unlatch it here, so if we come over here and we unlatch this gate here, see if I can do it with one hand here. Oh yeah, maybe. There we go. See, we unlatch it here. If you look here at the bottom, when we lift the gate up, see, it drops down a little bit. See, if you look there, so it just sits on top of there, and that works pretty good. That keeps it, you know, keeps the weight off the main beam when it's just sitting there. So that way it's just not sitting up in the air by itself all the time. And yeah, I like that idea. That is something that I'm gonna probably keep doing, because that works pretty good. Because when it's sitting there, it's got a lot of tension on it if it's just sitting up in the air. So we solved that with that block. And see, when the gate is open, it just sits there and rests on that too, to keep the pressure off that. Because it is a 16-foot gate, which is pretty long. But no, other than that, that'll work pretty good. So, well, all right. Well, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and do everything you're supposed to do if you like a video. I would appreciate it. So we're gonna call it a day, and I'm gonna head on out and go home, get some lunch. I think it's definitely lunchtime. So, all right, we'll see you on the next one. Later.